former House Speaker and Fox News contributor. There he is. So, Newt, this thing is growing, this sort of pile of fraud and corruption. And I specifically honed in on the Social Security numbers. I don't know if you heard the riff, but people over 100, there's some people at 150 years of age who are getting Social Security. All this, I mean, it's been calculated. These numbers will be reviewed. But 21 million, roughly 21 million people over 100 could cause $522 billion. $522 billion, 1/3 of actual Social Security spending, could be fraudulent. I say could be. I don't know that it is, but that's what some early reports are suggesting. And what do you make of this? Because this stuff has never been uncovered before. It's never been looked at before, and it's high time.
Well, and what to make of it's very simple. You have a huge, clumsy, old government system. The Pentagon has never been audited successfully, never. And yet it spends an enormous amount of money. Some of it's pure corruption, such as the $20 billion that was stolen from California unemployment, mostly by criminals in the California State Prison using California computers. But much of it's just pure waste and incompetence. You know, when you learn that the system for offloading federal employees is in a mine near Pittsburgh and is totally manual. It has never been modernized. I think I have a very simple model. We ought to have Make America Honest Again as part of the slogan. So we want to make America great again. We want to make America healthy again. And we want to make America honest again. And if the House Republicans could understand how revolutionary this is, they would have an extraordinary amount of money to offset anything they want to do just by eliminating pure fraud. I mean, I'm happy to have a debate with any Democrat who wants to explain that we need to pay the crooks. I don't think we do.
You know, we don't need to pay the crooks, and we'd like to have people live 150 years old, but I don't think many of them do. And it is amazing to me that Democrats and office holders, I mean, for example, go back to Social Security, and also let me add IRS. The heads of those agencies, both of whom have finally resigned or forced to resign, they did everything they could to keep the DOJ team out of their agencies, where huge sums are involved. I mean, we're just scratching the tip of the iceberg here. But they did everything they can to keep them out. And they can't keep them out because they are federal employees. They have been appropriately vetted, as Caroline Leavitt suggested in that news clip, and as lawyers have said time and time again. You can't keep them out. Why are they trying to keep them out? Why is I won't say the whole Democratic Party knew, but so many of the activists in the Democratic Party, the left wing of the Democratic Party, which is the tail that always wags the dog, are doing everything they can to stop these DOJ audits of fraud and corruption. Now, how stupid is that? Why are they doing that?
It's not stupid at all. They are a corrupt machine, desperate for the money. I mean, look what's happened to them just with USAID, where it turned out that the Agency for International Development was actually the agency for subsidizing left-wingers. All of a sudden, they're not getting the cash. I mean, this is straightforward. You know, it's not hard to understand if you start out with the idea these people want the money because they want the money. And anything which starts to make it accurate is, in fact, going to affect their pocketbook, going to destroy their machine. And you start taking money away from the machine that has been the Democratic Party, it is going to collapse, and it is going to end up being a minority party for the next 30 or 40 years. So they're fighting for their lives. They want your money. That's their whole point. That's why they're in politics. And that's why, you know, the teachers union is militant. The number of students goes down, the number of staff goes up. The performance goes down, but the checks come every Friday. We have to understand, and I think this is where frankly, Elon Musk will turn out to be one of the historic figures of this administration. He and his team are going to expose to the country for the first time how truly sick the system is. And I just lost my thing, so you're going to have to wing it for a minute.
That's right. You can, if you lost your earpiece or lost your microphone, you can just put it up next to your ear. we'll stay with Newt. I'm sure he'll get plugged in again. The thing that's amazing to me about all this is like an 80-20 issue, or it could be a 90-10 issue. In other words, taxpayers, just like voters, want this audit by Elon Musk to succeed. They want it to succeed. And the Democrats are on the wrong side of this issue. The Democrats are on the 20% side of the issue. The Republicans, Mr. Trump, is on the 80%. I mean, Newt, I was just saying, just to fill in, to vamp a little bit while you get reorganized, this is an 80-20 issue. This could be a 90-10 issue, for heaven's sakes. And once again, the Democrats are picking the 10 or the 20. How can they be so stupid? I mean, I know there's a vested interest here, but I don't see any Democrats. I don't even see so-called moderate Democrats. There are still a few left. I don't see them saying, you know what, this is a good idea. Bill Clinton and Al Gore talked about it. Obama talked about it. Why don't we try to help and make our own contributions? They won't do it. The left is just so powerful in that party that they don't understand this is the most transformational thing to happen in, I don't know, maybe since the New Deal, Newt Gingrich, maybe.
No, I think clearly if Trump can pull this off and if he can win the 2026 election for the House, this will be the end of the New Deal majority after a 90-year period. But two things. One, Rasmussen reported today that a majority of Americans are opposed to the judges interfering and pretending that they're the president. And I think that's going to become an issue that explodes. And the Democrats are going to find once again they're on the losing side. But you have to remember there are two things going on here, Larry. One is just plain shock. Their world is coming apart. It's like watching Godzilla. They don't know what to do, but they know that they're rigid and they're opposed. The other is, and I cannot overstate this, enormous self-interest. These guys had a game. The lobbyist bureaucratic system paid off the politicians paid off the lobbyist bureaucratic system, and that was the modern Democratic Party. And that is being taken apart by Elon Musk and his team. And the country, when they learn how the enormous amount of corruption involved. Remember, I am the only speaker to have balanced the budget for 4 straight years in 100 years. And I can tell you, having done that, Elon Musk and his team, along with economic growth, tax cuts, and deregulation, we could get back to a balanced budget much faster than people think.
That's the thing. It's a great point. We're going to spend less, tax less, regulate less, and grow more. And that's a prescription for a balanced budget. Right. It's a prescription for prosperity. It's a prescription for a blue-collar boom. It's a prescription for fatter, middle, and lower income wallets. I mean, it's just a really good RX for whatever ails you.
That's right. Unless, of course, you're a Democratic machine and you no longer have the money.
Yeah, boy, starve them out.
Somehow going to have to actually learn, somehow have to go out and go to work.
Starve the beast. Starve the beast. But the beast will be starved, and the interest groups will be starved with it. Anyway, Newt Gingrich, thank you very much. We appreciate your comments,
That's right.
as always.
Thank you.